welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have 9 5-star predictions for you. I really wanted to pick more, but since I feel like I know my reading very well, I will be very surprised if these are not 5 stars. And I just changed it so we actually have 10 now. Because I feel better about giving you 10 5-star predictions rather than 9. But I full-heartedly believe that I will love all of these books. And we will see how true that is. Okay, so I have 4 romances and 6 thrillers on this list. Okay, so I think we're going to start with romances since we only have 4 of them. I'll quickly go through. I lied. I have 4 romances, 1 contemporary, and 5 thrillers. So let's start with the contemporary. I guess it might have a romance subplot, but I am certain that Before I Let Go by Ken D. Ryan is going to be a 5-star read for me. Because this follows an already established couple, which is like one of my check marks. Check. And it follows Yasmin and Josiah after their marriage has ended. They're either in the process of getting a divorce or they already got divorced, but they've been trying to figure out how to raise their child together and how to have their business together as co-owners. And it's been a very big adjustment period, trying to change how they look at each other and things like that. But now Yasmin is sure that she didn't really give her marriage a good enough shot, and that maybe she gave up too easily when things got hard, and that maybe Josiah is really the love of her life. And that just gives me smiles and giggles and butterflies in my tummy. So this one will be 5 stars for a romance of some sort. The first one is Bet Me by Jennifer Cruz. I got this for $2. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, $2 at Half Price Books because it was on clearance. So this follows Minerva Dobbs knows that happily ever after is a fairy tale, especially with a man who asked her to dinner to win a bet, even if he is gorgeous and successful. Calvin. Cal knows commitment is impossible, especially with a woman as cranky as Min Dobbs, even if she does wear great shoes and keep him on his toes. When they say goodbye at the end of their evening, they cut their losses and agree to never see each other again. But fate has other plans. I love a book that has a good, dating bet type of thing. And I just like that whole setup. They obviously are opposites, and it might be kind of Grumpy Sunshine. I don't know because I haven't read it. But definitely opposites. And I love reading that. Me and my husband are pretty opposite on everything. Not everything, but a lot. We're definitely... He compliments me. And we complement each other really well because we're so different. Then there's Before I Do by Sophie Consensus. This follows this girl named Audrey who's getting married to Josh. And at the rehearsal dinner the night before, Josh's baby sister brings a date. His name is Fred, and Fred is like Audrey's the one that got away. Like, they dated for a long time, and then things didn't work out for some reason, but in Audrey's mind, Fred is the love of her life. And so I think things get kind of interesting, maybe a little funny, maybe really sad for Josh, because I feel like Audrey's probably going to rethink the whole marriage thing to Josh to be with Fred, but first she has to get in between Fred and Josh's sister. Oh, it just sounds really messy and like a real good time. Okay, then I have Simmer Down by Sarah Smith. So this is like rivals to lovers. Well, you follow this girl named Nikki who owns a Filipino food truck. And then another Filipino food truck kind of comes in to her turf. So it's like they're rivals because they're competing for business. And then it's like this very, very slow, hate to love kind of food romance. And I've learned that I love a good food subplot in my romances. Like, baking is always at the forefront. So this is an interesting one. And then our last kind of romance that I think will be 5 stars is The Rehearsals by Annette Christie. This is another one that follows an already established couple. This is Megan and Tom. And tomorrow they are getting married. But tonight is their rehearsal dinner. And from the very first moment that they wake up, everything goes drastically wrong at their rehearsal dinner. Just terrible, to the point where I think one or both of them wants to call off the wedding, but they haven't yet. So they go to sleep angry and just really upset because the whole day was ruined. And then they wake up and it's the day of the rehearsal dinner again. And I think it's like the Groundhog Day effect, where they keep reliving their rehearsal dinner over and over and over and over and over and over and over until they finally get it right. And that sounds like perfection to me. I've also found that I really, really enjoy time loops. So if you have any book recommendations with time loops, let me know in the comments below, because I want to read them all. The last 5 books on my 5-star predictions list are thrillers that I think I'm going to love a lot. I think it's bold of me to say 5 stars though, because technically thrillers are one of my most read genres. I want to say my most read genre, but typically I have fun with them and I like them, but I don't always give them 5 stars. I usually give them like a 3 or 4, but I just enjoy them. I eat them up so much. So I'm boldly going there and saying that these thrillers are going to be 5 stars. The first one is Just One Look by Lindsay Cameron. This follows this woman named Cassie who gets this job for this company in like a big city like Chicago or New York or something like that. And her job is basically to be internet security. So she starts reading this one guy's emails that come to him and go away from him. And somehow she falls in love with this guy that she's never met. His name is Forrest. And she's falling in love with him between the emails between him and his wife. And she becomes very, very obsessed. And then I think that she starts stalking him. And I'm here for it. Why not? Then this one is Girl 11 by Amy Suter Clark. The only reason that I think this one's going to be a 5-star prediction is because it follows a podcast, and I love most books that have podcast elements in them. So this one follows this woman named Elle, who was a social worker, but she quit to start this podcast about missing children. And then I think she starts investigating those cases of missing kids. And I don't know anything else about it. I don't want to know anything else. I'm just excited to give this a shot. Then I have Love and Theft by Stan Parrish. Look at this cover. Like, if you can see the Vegas Strip right here in the diamond. So Love and Theft follows 5 kind of misfits who come together to commit a heist in Las Vegas. It just says, an epic Vegas heist, check. A high-octane international romance. Not sure what that means, but it sounds intriguing. And a charismatic thief forced to orchestrate one final treacherous job to save his family. Check. So there's All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. I read A Flicker in the Dark by this author last year, like almost exactly a year ago. And I really, really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. So this year, her book sounds amazing, and I already know that I love her writing. But this follows a mom who is Isabel. Her name is Isabel. And her son, Drake, has been kidnapped. He was taken... Her son, Mason, I'm sorry. Her name is Isabel Drake. Her son's name is Mason Drake. So, he was taken out of his crib and taken away from her. Just like kidnapped in the middle of the night. So, since that day, she hasn't slept. Not at all. And it's been a year. So, it follows her a year later, and I'm not sure at all what to expect from this. I'm hoping that she gets the answers that she's looking for, and I'm hoping that, like, they're good answers that she can get her baby back. But the thing is that thrillers are not always happy like that. So I don't know what to expect fully from this, but I am very excited to give this one a shot because I really enjoyed her writing the first time. And our last 5-star prediction is You're Invited by Amanda Havastasisa. You're Invited by Amanda Havastasa. I think I butchered that. I very much apologize. But this follows this girl named Amaya who gets invited to her ex-best friend's wedding. Because her ex-best friend is marrying her ex-boyfriend. And so she feels really awkward about it, but she's like, okay, I mean, at one point they were both very important to me, and this is very messed up to me, but you know what, I'm gonna do it. Then, when they get to the island where the wedding, or the resort where the wedding's gonna be, the bride goes missing, and everyone starts talking about how Amaya did something to the bride because she was jealous, and it was like a revenge kind of thing because she didn't really want them to get married. So it made it very awkward for her, and I really want to know what happened to the bride. And it says she'll wish she never RSVP'd. This one is also at the top of my TBR as far as book of the month books go. I hope you enjoyed. Those were my 5-star predictions. I hope you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!